This style is currently trending and it's so beautiful. Hi my loves, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if this is your first time here, my name is Grace and I share sewing tutorials on this YouTube channel. In this tutorial, we're going to be learning how to cut and sew this very beautiful kaftan bubu dress with gathers and also snatching at the back, and this beautiful Aso Oke design and a pocket. So make sure that you watch this tutorial to the end, and don't also forget to like, share and comment on the tutorial. So let's get into the video and start learning. So this is the Ankara fabric and the Aso Oke I will be combining to make this dress. I have the Ankara in 3 yards and I have just one long piece of the Aso Oke. So let's get into the cutting. So I folded the Ankara into two like this. Then I will use my tape to measure and confirm that what I have on fold is up to my hip circumference measurements divided by 4 plus extra 5 inches or 6 inches at least. Then I'm going to cut out this upper part of the Ankara and measure the length of the upper part of the dress before the gathers. So I'll be using my hip length, which mine is at 25 inches. So I added 1 inch to that to make it 26, and I just marked it with my chalk. Then I'll cut this out. Now I'm going to be cutting out the back pattern first. So I'm marking 3 inches width for the neck width and 1 inch for the neck depth of the back, and I'll just cut that out as you can see. Then I'll go ahead and measure the shoulder slope. So from this side like this, I'll measure 1 inch and then connect it with a slant to the neckline and cut it out. So this is the shoulder slope. Then from the shoulder slope, I'll come down to how wide I want the opening of my arm to be. So I'll mark that point. I used 9 inches. And that is going to also serve as my chest line for this dress. So I came down to my waistline at 17 inches, and then I'm going to mark my waist circumference divided by 4. Then I'll add 2 inches to that for ease, because this dress is not gonna be too tight. Then 1 inch for sewing allowance. Then on this line where I said is the chest line, I'm going to mark my bust circumference divided by 4, add 2 inches for ease and also 1 inch for sewing allowance. Then I will now use my hand to cuff from that point to the waistline. Then this last point is the hip line, of course. I'll place my hip circumference divided by 4, add 2 inches for ease and also 1 inch for sewing allowance. So everything I added at the side is 3 inches on all the lines, and then I connected them together. So I will now cut this out like this. So this is going to be the back of the dress. Now let's go ahead and cut another piece for the front. So to cut the front is very simple as well. I'm just going to repeat what I've cut on the back first. That's the first step. So you can as well just fold your fabric into 4 from the start, but I'm just doing it like this so that it's going to be clearer. So now that I've gone ahead to cut out the exact same thing, I will now separate this and just use one of them to cut out the front pattern. So on this line, which is the chest line, I'm going to come in by 2 inches and I'll mark that, and then I will mark that 2 inches all the way down, just like you see me doing it like this, and connect it together with a straight line. So from the neck width, I'll connect also to meet that 2 inches point on the chest line. So I'm going to cut this part out. This part is where the Aso Oke is going to stay, so we have to cut it out like this. We have to cut the Ankara part out and just open the fabric up. So these are the 2 front pieces, as you can see. So the next thing now is to go ahead and join the front and the back pieces together. So I'll place them right sides facing each other and make sure that it corresponds to each other very well. Then I'll go ahead to the sewing machine and use 1/2 inch to sew on the shoulder. So after sewing on the shoulder and turning it to the right side, this is what I have. Now the next thing is to measure what I have all around this front opening to the back neckline. So I just placed my tape all around the opening, and I had 59 inches, so let's just say 60 inches. Then I'll go ahead and measure that 60 inches on this my Aso Oke and cut it out. Then I'm going to be separating this Aso Oke into two. So I'm just folding it to see where the midpoint is. Then I'll go ahead and cut it out all the way. So after separating it into two like this, I'll pick one of it to use. So on your Aso Oke, the part that we cut out is what we will be joining to the fabric, while the one that we didn't cut is going to be at the middle. I hope you understand. So I'm going to be placing it right sides on my fabric like this, and I'll pin it down all the way around. So make sure that it's the side that you just use scissors to cut now that you are going to be joining to this fabric. I hope you understand. So the other part is the one that is just suspended now, is the other side of the Aso Oke. So I just went ahead to pin this all the way around, just the same way. I'm going to go ahead to the sewing machine now and join it with half an inch all the way around. So after I was done joining, this is what I have. So can you see what I'm saying? The middle part is the part that we didn't cut on the Aso Oke. That's why it's neat like this. So I'll measure where I want the neckline to stop. Then I'll place the Aso Oke on top of each other like this, and then go to the sewing machine and just give it a top stitch. So you can use 10 inches, you can use 12 inches, depending on how opened this you want this to be. So this is what I have when I was done doing that. Then the next thing is to attach the other parts of the Aso Oke to the sleeve area as well. So just like I said, is the part that we use scissors to cut that is going to be joined to the fabric, while the other part will be the edge of the sleeve. So I'm just going ahead to pin it down, and then I will go ahead to the sewing machine and sew this with half an inch allowance. Then for the pocket, I'm just going to fold the remaining of my fabric into four like this. Then I'll go ahead and measure how long I want my pocket to be. I want it 8 inches long and also 8 inches wide. I don't want it to be too much. So I'm just cutting the fabric and I folded into two like this and just give it that pocket cuff. So this is what I have for the 4 pieces of the pocket. Then I'm just going to be fixing this at 1 inch above the hip line, no, 1.5 inch above the hip line rather. So you just have to measure to be sure that you are 1.5 inch above that hip line, and place the pocket right sides facing the fabric. I hope you understand that. So I've gone ahead to sew it down. As you can see, this is what I have. Now the next thing I'll be doing is to create loops on the back of this dress, because I want to use something to snatch it and I don't want it to be a normal rope. So I'm going to be using this Aso Oke to create loops. I'm just going to be cutting it out straight, just like the first one I cut. I'm going to cut out other pieces. I'm going to cut out about 6 of them. So I'll use 3 on each side to create those loops. So just cut your Aso Oke out like this if you are going to be using this same method as mine. Then I will come down from this armhole cuff line with 1.5 inch, and then I will create a U shape with the Aso Oke and pin it down like this. So from the first one, I'm going to create an interval of about 1.5 or 2 inches. Just place the next one, create a U shape and place the next one as well. Then pin it down. Then I'll also do the same thing, create an interval of 1.5 or 2 inches and also place the third one. So I'm going to repeat the same process on the other side. So note that I did this on the back side of the dress. Now once that is done, I've gone ahead to just secure it down. It's time to join the side of this dress, as you can see. So I'm just using my chalk to mark how I'm going to join it all the way around. So I'm just joining with half an inch on the armhole area, then on the side 1 inch, and on the pocket area half an inch as well. So after joining and turning it to the right side, can you see how beautiful this is? This is what we have. Now the last thing is to create the gathers that will be at the down part of this dress. So I cut out this piece of fabric, and it measures 14 inches long. So that's an additional length to what we have already on the upper part. And for the wideness, what I did is that I measured the round of my dress from that place that it ended. I just measured it around like this, and then I made sure that the length that I have on the piece I want to use to create the gathers is almost 2 times of what I have around that place. So I'll just go ahead and create gather stitches like this, and when I was done, this is what I have. So you can use your gather stitches on your sewing machine, or you can use needle and thread as well. So I'm going to go ahead and attach this to the bottom of the dress, and after I was done, this is what I have. So can you see how beautiful and neat this is? So I also sew out a strip so that I will be able to use to lace up the loop of this dress. So I made the long strip, the rope, with Ankara fabric, and that's just all for this tutorial. So thank you so much for watching, and if you are yet to subscribe to this YouTube channel, please do subscribe, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell so that whenever I post helpful tutorials like this, you'll be the first to be notified. So bye till I see you in my next one.